my channel with Life with Dacia. All right, you guys, don't forget to like, share, and comment, okay? And subscribe, you guys. Looking for y'all to subscribe, y'all. Anyway, so I'm on my way to my rheumatologist doctor this morning, you guys. And this thing is, please let me. My rheumatologist doctor this morning, and I am going to be taking my second loading dose of a new medication that I'm on. It's called, what is it called again? Oh, Lord, I forgot the name of it. Oh, I forgot the name of, I think it's Cimzia. I think that's the name of the medication that I'm going. So I'm going to have to take go 3 times to get the loading dose of that medication. And then after that, I'll be able to um, go every month to get the 2 shots in my leg. So you had the option of doing it in your stomach or doing it in your leg. Um, I was trying to take you guys along, but the last time I went, they were like, I can't visit video the process. So uh, that's okay. Maybe next time. Um, but I just wanted you guys to kind of see what the process is to, you have to go through sometimes when you have this chronic disease, right? And so, if you guys remember, this is one of the things that I talked about on my channel, dealing with psoriatic arthritis, which is a chronic disease that affects your joints, your body on the whole, and a whole lot of other stuff. So I was on Crescentix, but Crescentix does not work anymore. My numbers are just ridiculously high, and so we decided to try a different medication along with the slew of other medications that I'm on. And so, yeah, I'm hoping that this medication, Cimzia, I hope I'm saying it correctly, bring my numbers down, my CRP number and my citrate numbers. Um, I hope it brings it down to where, I can possibly be okay. It's crazy because with this particular chronic disease, you kind of look like like you're okay, like you're normal, but your joints are affected. This morning I had needles sticking all over my body, fingers stiff when I woke up this morning, and they're still a little bit hurting right now, but the swelling went down. So, yeah, it's a lot that you deal with, and you get flares and all kind of different things. So right now we're working on weight because dealing with this particular disease, it affects your weight, it affects your mental, it affects a lot of things. So this is not a paid I'm not getting paid to say all of these things, what I'm about to say. I do see a therapist to kind of help with my mental, dealing with different things through, a lot of times when people get sick and having to deal with, um, these chronic illnesses, like rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, and those kind of things, they tend to have a hard time dealing with that because your way of life is changed. Your way of life is no longer the way it was. You can't work like you used to, and it becomes hard. So, a lot of time, people who have chronic diseases tend to go through a lot of therapy and of course help from the family and stuff like that. So as I'm going along, I'm really learning, and I also started like a TikTok group to for people who have chronic diseases like I said, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, psoriatic arthritis, like I have, any other illness that you may have, and you're having like a really hard time, just coping. Sometimes you need someone to talk to, and so, or someone that can relate to what you're going through, right? And so when I went on TikTok, there was this lady that said, they don't see anybody that's really talking about psoriatic arthritis. And I was like, oh my God, I talk about it on my YouTube page. I talk about it, um, on TikTok. So what I started to do was invite in other people onto my page with TikTok. And I'm also going to be inviting people onto this page as well for my YouTube page, for people who, feel like they're alone and don't have anyone that kind of know what they're going through. And so for a good while, I felt that way. Not sure what just happened. It just literally just kicked me off. YouTube, what happened? It just kicked me off and I had to jump back on. But anyways, what I was saying was, and thank you so for staying. Thank you so much for staying on. What I was saying was a lot of time people go through these things and they feel like they're alone and they feel like they don't have anyone to talk to, especially if you don't have a mother or father, whatever. But by forming this group, I've learned from people like some people go to this from a very young age and they have to depend on people, other persons to help them. And, it's really hard. It's just really hard in so many different ways. And I think the hardest part about it is that I want to say you look normal. I don't want to say normal, but you look like nothing is happening to you because some people have things that happen to their skin. Like with psoriatic arthritis, you can get psoriasis, and so a lot of people are affected by psoriasis. Thank God, I personally have not start developing the psoriasis yet. Right now, I'm just dealing with the psoriatic arthritis part of it, but I know psoriasis is something that can affect me later on or even now. But thank God it's just have not developed, and I am just praying that it doesn't because it can affect your hair. Um, what I have experienced right now with mine is hair loss. I guess one day I will share that with you guys and show you guys what my hair looked like. I did share that on TikTok already. Um, and it's just a mental, like a lot of mental, a lot of physical stuff. There's days that you can't get out of your bed. You get flares to the point where you can't even walk. I experienced so far even trying to get out my bed to go use the bathroom, and TMI, but urine just started coming down on me because I was not able to get to the bathroom on time. And so these are just a few of the things that you have to go through with chronic diseases, not to mention the amount of medication that you have to take at a time. Now, I have never taken so much medication at all in my life, and just going from having a great life, I want to say, like when I say great life, quality of life, wherein you're working, you're taking care of yourself, you're, just living life to oh, I don't know if I could come out today because my joints are hurting. Even though I'm driving today to go to my appointment, I'm experiencing needle sticking. I'm experiencing pain in my hand. If you're stressed out, that flares you up too. So, and not to mention the weight gain, So, um, I feel like people who have these situations, you really have to shed a light and educate your family, educate people that are around you so that they can know what is going on with you because if people don't know what's going on with you, they don't know how to help, right? The ones that do want to help. So that's something that uh, I do and doing. And I want to give a shout out to one of my friends when I first got sick. And I became depressed because I was like, what am I going to do? Like, how am I going to, like, how is this going to even work out? She said to me, all right, Kay, they call me Kay, not Dacia. She's like, listen, what I want you to do is, utilize what you're going through to help somebody else. And at first I was like, I don't want to, put myself out there, the fear of just what people might say. And people can just be so like judgmental or just so harsh. And so that's just one of the things that I just personally did not want to put myself out there because I have so much stuff that personally that I had to deal with. Learning disability. Now I have the psoriatic arthritis. Then you have the osteo, whatever arthritis, and all kind of different stuff that aligns with this one illness. And so I just sometimes you just have to not care about what people have to say and just put yourself out there and listen sometime, because you never know who you can help on their journey. And so that's just my purpose of even having this YouTube channel or even having my TikTok group, is to help other people, showing you guys my day-to-day life, showing you that you can still have life beyond a chronic illness, right? And I have 4 children, and sometimes I have to push against what I'm feeling, what I'm going through, to like, show them the other side of um, this illness, that you can still have life. Sometimes I can't do my hair, so you guys will see me in a cap a lot, just with my hair slicked back, because that's just kind of easiest thing for me to do, especially if my hands are giving me problems or whatnot. But yeah, so that's just some of the things. I just wanted to highlight some of that this morning with you guys and share that with you guys. And just being a little bit vulnerable this morning with you guys. So I'm on my way to get the shots. And by the way, these needles, you know, and I am pretty much scared of. I don't like needles. Needles are just not my thing. And so for me to be um, doing this right now, prior to me being on this particular medication, I had to administer like EpiPen kind of needles to myself, 2 of them at one time. And I was scared about that too, but I got through it. You got to do it. You got to do what you got to do. And now I have to come into the office um, to get this medication administered to me, 2 needles at one time. And so, going from not wanting to get needles to, if you guys see me rubbing my face or doing that, it's because I'm having like little needles sticking in my body right now. I think it's because of the weather that is doing this to me, but I'm going to let my physician know what's going on. So, because the past couple of days, I've just been having like needles sticking. It's almost like acupuncture. So, if you guys ever had acupuncture, you know what that feels like just needles sticking in you all over. And that's what I'm experiencing these past couple of days. But um, yeah, I'm on my way, and I just finished doing blood work for something else. So just got a needle, about to get 2 more needles. So 3 needles for today for, the same condition. Like, it's a lot. But it's life, and I'm just so grateful to being, above the earth, and, you know, being alive. I'm alive, and, I thank God for that. And so, many people, sometimes we boo-hoo about what we're going through, but at the end of the day, I'm sure there's people that passed away that would want to trade lives with us right now, right? Because they're down in the grave and we're still above the grave. So I'm just thankful for that, and just try to keep positive. Sometimes it gets hard, and I cry here and there, because things have changed. But this is just my life, and I just have to adjust to it. And it took me some time to adjust. But if you are someone that have to go through a chronic disorder, and having hard times, I'm with you. I'm here with you. I'm going through it too. And just know that I don't want to see this light at the end of the tunnel, because unless, and I'm praying for them to come up with something to change this thing around, and get a cure for this thing. They tell me there's no cure. Hoping that one day that there will, and that there will be, and we'll be able to reverse this thing, and you'll have a better quality of life. And yeah, that's my hope. That's my prayer. Even if it's not for me, but for someone that comes after me, I'm willing to even be a guinea pig to help with that. Hey, Stacy, good morning. Yes, in the name of Jesus. It's not easy. It's not easy to go through arthritis. The crazy thing is, back in the days, growing up, you hear about arthritis and you just think, oh, it's just for old people. Oh, it's just for, people who are, I don't know. I had my train of thought about what I thought arthritis was, but boy, was I wrong. You could definitely get this at any age, and it is something that is just horrible, just horrible, horrible. And I wish that I didn't have it, but it is what it is. And one more thing about what I have, it is hereditary. It's not something that I just got. Yeah, I know, sis. It's not something that I just got or developed. No, it's hereditary. And, luckily I didn't, no, not luckily. I didn't find out about this until I got the thing because my grandmother didn't say, or people don't talk about, what they have or had or whatever. So we didn't know nothing about it. So even when I got it, we weren't, my mom was like, What is this? Like, we just thought it's something that, you just get, take care of, and it's just going to go away. No, no. Ugh. It is not. It's not something that just go away, and it's not something you just take medication and it just go away. So keep encouraged that we got this and we'll be okay. And yeah, let's just keep on fighting this disgusting diseases that come that we get in this world, and hopefully one day there'll be a cure, hopefully one day. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. And don't forget to like, share, and comment. I got to run into this office now to go get my 2 needles. And pray for me while I pray for you guys because I know the struggle is real. I know it's extremely hard. And so, before I get emotional about this on here, because I'm just an emotional being, I'm going to jump off. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, you guys, right? And have an amazing day. Bye.